And I'm always looking at like, what's the least amount that we can do? I'm into beauty and I make all these beauty products, but I'm definitely into like the least amount of work to like maintain my body is where I'm at. So I'm always looking at like, how do we get out of the way and allow the body and its systems that we were born with to do the work? That's what I'm always interested in. So I really wanted to understand how teeth worked. And so what he discovered, which is pretty revolutionary, because in the 1940s, it was just decided through the American Dental Association that it was the acidogenic theory that causes cavities. So it's just about sugar and acids being on the teeth causing decay, which is kind of what we've inherited as our main understanding of the teeth. But what he understood, and through, again, thousands of tests, including x-rays, is that when we chew substrates, those activate the parotid glands, which are right on the sides of our jaw, and those communicate to the hypothalamus. So as we're chewing and those nutrients are delivered into our blood supply, then the teeth, which are like trees with like roots, draw up that nutritive blood, hopefully it's nutritive, and then into the tooth, into the pulp chamber, just like a tree drawing up nutrients from the soil. And then what's so fascinating is that he discovered that there's a dentinal lymphatic system. So every tooth has dentinal lymphatic fluid, which is essential. To me, I call that dentinal fluid the invisible toothbrush. So when that system's working, that's what's keeping our teeth clean from inside out. So as the blood goes up into the tooth through, a whole little biological series of actions, that blood is fenestrated into a lymphatic liquid that pumps up through the pulp chamber, through odontoblasts, which are in the bone, and that sends this liquid up and out onto the surface of the teeth like a microscopic sweat that coalesces with our saliva, and then they'll, just like sap is sent to a part of the tree trunk to help repair it, it will find areas of the mouth that need healing. And hopefully your saliva is alkaline, because our saliva is sort of like a little ocean in our mouths, keeping it alkaline and moist. And so that microscopic sweat is part of keeping our teeth clean. That's the system working beautifully as it should. Now, when we're eating diets that are not that good, not that high in minerals, not like high in sugar, just basically your modern diet, or we have peak stress times like puberty for, teens, pregnancy for mothers, like very, stressful hormonal times, or different chemicals, for example. All of this can stagnate that dentinal lymphatic system. So then things are stagnant. We all know what that means. And then you're not getting that peak, how the body's supposed to perform. Now, if that state continues, this system actually reverses. So it's not just neutral and stagnant, then it reverses, and then the tooth becomes like a straw, and then the system reverses. So then it sucks in from the mouth into the tooth. And in our mouth are always, bacteria, viruses. And so then that gets pulled into the tooth, and that is actually the genesis of how a cavity is formed. So you can see it's a body process that then gets interrupted. So the first key to jaw health, tooth health, is diet. And a huge component of that is your vitamin D3, which it's great that we have the supplement, but you also need sunshine, because our bones and our skin were designed to be exposed to sunlight. We have thousands of vitamin D receptors all over our body, and they need real sunlight because that creates it's more of a water-soluble form of vitamin D, and it's very cleansing to the blood. And what we have in a supplement is a fat-soluble form of vitamin D. And vitamin D from sunbeams and the supplement create a cholesterol sulfate, and even though it's got the word cholesterol in it, it's a very healthy cholesterol that we need for all of our functioning. And so that's just like a key thing to know to understand like the basics of teeth.